Welcome to the ToC Week 6. We have UKS versus RJFE today, or this morning, this afternoon, depending on where you're at. It's either really early or right in the middle of the day. Slight lobby changes from before because this one's on Canyon, not one of the Solaris maps. This will be a ERPPC Marauder 2C 8, if I remember correctly. A specific, very special build. Both teams have to have the exact build. They'll both be spawning in Bravo Lance, which will put them at the opposite ends of the map, and then they basically have the whole map to go at each other. Unless if one is a coward and ends up spending the whole map like too long, just hiding from their enemy, we might have to prod them a little bit. Other than that, the winner will get to decide which team they will start on for the other 5 drops and earn their team 2 points. Both teams are readied up. We are good to go, Brar, once you're ready to launch us.
All right, here we go. Should be an exciting one. Yeah, we've got Dubix playing for RJFE, Unfearing for UKS. They'll start in Bravo, like you said, and I forget, did you mention their standings overall?
Oh, I have not.
Okay, so RJFE is in 8th in Div B right now with 119 points. UKS, definitely the favorite. They have 169 points, and they're in 4th. I think that counts the Div A stand-in team. All right, looks like both of these teams got the correct Marauder 2C. That's good.
That's always a great start.
So what do you expect from them here, Level?
I expect them to trade at each other, and if one is obviously better at the long range than the other, then I expect the one losing at long range to push into more of a manageable range for them, try to balance it out. Right now, both we got Unfearing going for the high ground and rotating to the right.
Yeah, Dubix is moving toward the sort of junkyard area. Unfearing still in, well, I guess just now cresting, probably trying to figure out where Dubix must.
Yeah, he's definitely being very cautious. He's taking a spot. It looks like he has pretty decent like Overwatch. But the question is, how long is he going to stay here? Is he going to stay here until he sees the enemy up on top of the canyons?
Oh, actually, Dubix is not going to junkyard. He's going actually. What is this? I think this is like Charlie 3, maybe, but sort of back where a lot of players spawn in for quick plays. So we got some shots fired.
Dubix getting the first shots off. Yeah, Unfearing completely whiffs his shots. Looks like he panicked a little bit when he got hit.
Yeah, it's not very comfortable to be caught out in the open in this kind of a 1v1. But they're pretty even at this point. These are standard engine Marauder 2Cs, so there's no XL death or XL heat spike to worry.
Unfearing airstriking Dubix. Does it land?
Yes, a small hit, but every bit counts in it.
I would personally, I don't have the skill to land a airstrike 3 kilometers away. That's epic.
Well, it looks like Dubix just didn't really move much to avoid it. Even though, like, if you know exactly where that opposing player is and where they put it down, you can be pretty confident what direction it's going. An Artie probably would have been deadly too, but Dubix probably saw the jet in the air and decided to try and stay close to cover and not drop. Dubix is going to be in the open for a while here, but I don't know if Unfearing will have good lines.
I'm not sure either, but I did just notice something interesting. Unfearing plays arm unlocked all the time. Dubix is playing with arms locked.
Interesting. I don't know that would matter. Ooh, good hits on Dubix. I don't know that would matter too much here with all torso mounts, but Dubik's gonna fall down here, it looks like. I don't like this move. As much as percentages are close, Dubik's now will have no visibility for a very long time.
Yeah, he's caught in that canyon. He has to find a way back up. Where's he heading? Before, yeah, he's going to go all the way back to get back up into the high ground again. That's going to be a bit of a walk. Give Unfearing a chance to reposition.
Yeah, and it could give Unfearing the opportunity to just sort of watch likely spots and get the first shot off when Dubix pokes up. But looks like Dubix is making it up without being hit.
Oh, Dubix misses both shots on Unfearing. Unfearing did not see him, and Dubix had perfect line of sight. Fired just a split second too soon.
God, I wish these paper dolls told us more, because I can see percentages are close, and one of Dubix's arms is really hurt. So I assume if the skill trees are the same, Dubix probably has more torso armor than Unfearing at this point. But I don't know for sure. Dubix pushing up very aggressively. I don't know that that's a good idea.
Yes. Unfearing has more torso damage than Dubix does. Oh?
I did not expect this.
2 ERPPC Marauders now in brawl range, guys. Let's do this. I figured this was going to happen.
I just never expected this to happen on this side of the map, I guess.
Yeah.
Dubix is in a real pickle here now, I think. Stuck in that low ground, can't really get away safely. Looks like Dubix is cooking a little bit.
He is, but he had a good focus on the right side torso of Unfearing. It is now red on the armor. If Dubix gets a good shot, like right there, and Unfearing is now down 1 PPC. That torso is about to pop if he gets a hit in it again. Someone airstrike somebody, because Unfearing is now on the run.
Yeah, Dubix could lose the side torso pretty quick here too, especially with that structure damage from overheat, but we'll see.
Unfearing has
Dubix
lost
is
him.
trying to sneak.
Yeah, Dubix might have successfully done it. Unfearing has lost him. He's peeking over the corners and down into the canyon. Oh no, Unfearing caught him.
Oh, got a good hit to Dubix's head there, but no headshot.
Rip. Unfearing side torso is now
paper
one
doll
touch.
Yeah, the paper doll for me is actually showing Unfearing without the side torso, but still with the arm. So it must just be like a fraction of a point.
Oh,
Both side torsos on Unfearing, but I think is there one peep in the CT?
yes.
Okay. So could still make a fight of it after losing both side torsos. Which is going to happen anytime now.
Yeah, there goes one. He's down to 1 ER peep. Unfearing is down to 1/4 the amount of weapons Dubix has.
Yeah, as much as I was skeptical of Dubix's moves here, I think Dubix should pull this off. That's just so much more firepower.
Yeah. Unfearing would need 2 lucky headshots in a row to be able to win this at this point.
Oh, Unfearing is done. No weapons.
Yep, there he goes. GG's.
Just don't overheat, Dubix.
I was expecting from Unfearing's cockpit. He stopped to let Dubix finish him off, and for that pause, there was no fire, and then he turned to look to see what was going on, and then that's when he died. That was pretty funny. But GG's, both guys. That was actually a really close fight. 463 versus 441 damage. I mean, it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah. All about who got the side torso off first.
Yeah.
And critting that weapon too, you know, little RNG.
Yeah, that instant crit of the weapon put Unfearing down right away. That was still pretty good. I expected it to become a brawl, but I didn't expect it to become a brawl by Unfearing spawn. I expected it to be more towards the center. Unfearing didn't actually move very much that whole match. He stayed in his quarter of the map the whole time. Dubix just big dicked it all the way across the map. Said, "Bring it on," and it worked out for him.
All right, gonna find out what side they want.
All right.
And then we can see if we need to switch them and have them bring them in. For a good old, probably brawl on mining. Always fun.
All right. Well, while we wait on Dubix to let us know what side they want, um, I just realized I forgot to switch my overlay. Don't worry, guys. Sorry the overlay cut off so much of the content. That will be shortly fixed. I'll make sure to switch the overlay.
Okay. So from here on out, we will be doing Conquest game mode, and it will be on Theta on each drop. So that'll make things easy for us to keep track of. And we'll be starting with the 4 light, 1 medium drop, which tends to be a quick, messy brawl. We can talk more, I guess, once the teams come in about exactly what we expect. Certainly not trading.
Dubix just asked for a few seconds to figure out what team his team wants. So while he figures that out, let's take a look at the map strat for a sec.
Okay.
Mining's gonna be pretty straightforward. Both teams probably gonna start Charlie since this is a light drop, and they might just basically run at each other with like, I don't know, a little Overwatch like over here, maybe even over there, for either team. Um, they'll probably both have 4 start in Charlie and 1 either start in Alpha or Bravo. Most likely Alpha on both sides. E4 is a very powerful position. Yeah, this building right here, that's that tall building south of the midpoint. If you get a jump jet mech up there, with especially with arm mounted lasers and stuff, um, especially since this drop 2 has always been a leg day. Every match, everyone's always legging each other. So you get an arm mounted laser mech up there. You don't have to worry about him getting legged. So I'm curious to see if both teams will try to get a guy up there. I'm curious to see where the main fight's going to be. Is it going to be mainly here on Theta, or will it be more spread out? I've had a few scrims this week, and I've had fights that have been in all 4 of these grids, to be honest, depending on which team we fought. So curious what these teams will do. All right, so RJF wants team 2.
So I've put them on the clock. So yeah, I agree with all that. I think you could see a team try and stick a javelin, K9, a panther, something like that. Maybe even an Uziel up in that E4, E5 high ground. Something with JJs and relatively high mounts. Yeah, we'll see what else they bring in. I think JJs in general are really strong on mining, especially with a light drop like this.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
curious. Yeah, I'm curious. What do you think teams will bring for mediums on this map?
That's a Dervish. The MPL Dervish would probably be a good choice if you wanted arm mounted, uh, with JJ's. Vulcan, that's a classic that could be taken. We might even see things like packets, to be honest, with all that firepower they could bring. Maybe even Vapor Eagles.
Yeah, I think the MPL Dervish could make sense, like you said. I think an Uziel, depending on how they want to do it. The Veagle can work, but I think its issue is deciding on a build that's going to work well against lights, because like the 3 ERP one can, but the lights are going to be in your face.
Yeah.
unless maybe a team wanted to stick the Veagle on like high ground further back, but then how much influence are you actually getting on the match?
True.
So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Uh, like I said, this one is a bit interesting. We've done mining with like uh basically we've done it with assaults, I believe, with the assault drop once, and I think we did it with the heavy drop once so far. Um, those required wildly different strats than this light fight was going to take. Um, all right, team one is locked. Team two is locking. We should be good to roll here in just a minute, guys.
Yep. I do also wonder maybe like a Nova could be used here, like a Brawl Nova. If you really just want to send that medium into the fray, try and get a leg or two off a light before it gets focused down. I think something like the Pocket, it might just be hard to focus damage, but I mean, maybe. I don't know. I find the mediums hard to predict on
I
this
agree.
type of drop.
Yeah, I totally agree. The mediums are going to be a little harder to predict. I The Nova's been hit or miss this season. We've had a lot of luck taking it a couple times where it got some pretty decent damage. We've also had times where people understood that it's a Nova. Don't even bother going for the legs. Just hit its CT. It's the same amount of health as like one leg. um, and when teams went hard CT on it, then it was a struggle. But if you take it and people are doing hard leg strats, I mean, it can actually output quite a bit of damage before it dies, even if it's the first one to die. Both teams are ready. We ready to go?
Yeah, Dio in the chat just said that my mic is too quiet. I think my settings are pretty much up all the way, so I don't know if there's something you can boost.
Yes, I can.
Cool. So hopefully that'll get resolved, and I'll get us going.
All right, punch it, Chewy.
So yeah, chat, just let us know if I'm still quiet after this, and I can try and poke around after this drop to see if I can boost something even higher.
Yeah.
Or I'll just pull a Kong Lord and put the mic in my mouth, you know?
That'd be hilarious.
This quiet always makes me nervous, makes me worry that we're gonna have a hold.
TKO says, "Hope you got lots of vodka." Oh, Mother Russia.
The music's starting, so hopefully we're good to go.
Yep. All right, both teams are dropping. Um, for Smoke Adders, we got a Mislinks, a K9, Vapor Eagle 2, Javelin, and a Wolfhound. Curious what's on the Vapor Eagle. What do we have over on RJF side?
So we've got a Vulcan 5T, which is a great mech. It's a little bit interesting because it's low tonnage for a medium, so you lose out on some armor and fire. Wolfhound 2, Javelin 11A, which I expect. Oh, it's 4 medium pulse, so I would have expected like 7 mediums. An Urban Mech K9 and a Panther 9 with 4 medium pulse and an SRM 6. So Dubix is sort of screening the cap right now. They're letting UKS have that high ground we talked about. So we're sort of seeing a north-south split right now.
Yeah, I'm seeing UKS like slowly putting all their mechs up there. That Vapor Eagle 2 is 2 LB10s and 1 ERPPC. Do not get too close to him or he's going to take off your leg in like one shot, guys.
Oh, Judas is going to get struck real hard right now.
Oh, there goes
like
8%.
Yeah, he avoided the worst of it, but that was not something you want to have happen.
RJF
Kerensky really got hit.
RJF has taken the top. They're all on Theta now.
But see, UKS actually have more range than them because they have the Veagle and what's on the Javelin again? Is it me? Yeah, so they have more range overall.
True. It looks like RJF took the cap, and it looks like they're backing off slowly. I don't know if they're going to go into cover and force Smoke Adders to come out of hiding. Um,
Yeah, I don't know that I agree with that because RJFE have the brawlier setup, and so I don't think you're ever going to win on caps on this drop, right? Because it's a small map, all the mechs are fast, so that'd be a really strange result. And so I think RJF are just bleeding percentages now, and once the brawl starts, they're going to. But we'll see.
yeah. I see multiple UAVs up, and no one's shooting any down. Oh, there we go. We see someone shooting one UAV down.
I
UAVs are
also
the
think,
bane of this drop.
yeah. Well, information is so important here. I
Absolutely.
also think like RJFE setting up on Theta, they're relatively easy to hit, with some of these Pop Tarts.
Yeah,
But they have shot up Captain Judas pretty badly in that javelin. So they're making some progress.
yeah. Judas is close to being legged, and the airstrike did not do good for his back. I mean, he eats another airstrike. He actually might die if he's XL.
Yep, and Unfearing is really shot up as well. Yeah, his CT is low on structure. He must have taken a strike or two.
RJF was losing the trades a minute ago, but now it looks like they're winning the trades.
Yeah, I think they've taken less concentrated damage on one or two mechs than UKS.
Yeah,
And
it's
it looks
definitely
like
more
they're
spread out.
pushing up a bit now. We'll see if they're thinking about getting more aggressive.
Yeah, I think the perfect time to dive on smoke or UKS would have been 5 minutes ago with everything.
Yeah.
Ex-
Well, that would be before the match
well,
started level, but yeah.
fair point. Let me rephrase that. A minute ago, back when Judas and Unfearing both became easy kills. Uh, I mean, they could try to keep trading this out as long as they can, but I think a hard push would end this right now in RJF's favor. But Smoke
Oh, I don't
Adders is
know.
starting to trade back. There's
Yeah. They've been winning the trades more than I would have thought because a minute ago there were like 390+% UKS mechs and 2 that were hurt, but now they've only got 1 that's very.
Follower Kerensky's actually super injured. Like more injured than his health says. So he's also strike bait. He takes one strike to the back again. He's dead. Oh, UKS
Oh,
is going in for
they're
a
taking
push.
the high ground. UKS are gonna catch Al Cooper and I'm sure kill him real.
Oh, Kevster just got legged. No, he didn't.
Cooper's just got to run and kite them, just pull them away, let his team get those back shots because he's gonna die. But
Kevster goes down,
they
but
get.
so does Cooper.
Oh, and TKO is coming in with that Wolfhound, finally getting into a good range. It was hard earlier for him without JJ's.
TKO is stuck in a 3v1, but his team is coming to the rescue. Judas is now on the Wolfhound too. It is now a leg fiesta.
This is also not where you want that javelin, though. It is not a brawler.
No, it is not. TKO just went down. Krinsky now goes down. Yeah, Dubix is legged, and the rest are just playing Ring Around the Rosie right here in the center. Oh, the Panther self-destructs. Unfearing goes down by Dubix.
Oh, the javelin's legged. I think UKS have this.
Yeah, this is 100% theirs. The Vulcan is also legged.
Some interesting choices there. I wouldn't have expected some of those mechs, some of those builds. And now we wait.
Yeah, they got a long cap game to go to take this back. Yeah, the other one's going off to cap 2. Yeah, they'll be able to get this with. They have enough time for 2 fast mechs to take enough caps to pull the win. GG's both teams. I think positioning was key on this one. I don't think RJF's position taking Theta, which being the low ground and kind of open to Echo 4. Um, I just think they ate too much damage before that they tried that push. Um, and then they pushed, I think, probably at the worst time because it looked like UKS just ran around the other side shortly before they pushed and then pushed on that lone K9 mech. Um,
Would you
they
call that NASCAR level?
I would, you know what? Yeah, I would totally call that a NASCAR because we literally watched them run in a circle and die.
Yeah, I think some of the builds that were brought, I'm a bit skeptical of, but more than that, I think after RJFE got the cap, they didn't really need to sit down on Theta so close. So if they really wanted to like play the cap and try and force UKS into them, they could have sat further back. But really, I think once they knew that the Beagle was or that UKS was overall a little bit tradier with that Javelin and with that Beagle, I think they probably just needed to push in and not give UKS time to wear them down.
Um, Looking at the two mechs still alive, the Javelin and this K9, they both have damage all over their mechs, which probably from strikes, but they both got focused CT probably a little hard. Javelin, both legs are open, CT's open. On the K9, CT's cherry red armor. GG's, guys, both teams. Um, let's see what the damage was. Not bad, not bad. It's actually kind of on the higher end of damage for a light fight. Got
Yeah,
multiple
there were a
300s.
lot of strikes.
Yeah, definitely, definitely multiple guys got struck to death. Well, not to death, but
It didn't help.
UKS takes the lead. All right, let's look at the score screen here. Yeah, um, not much team damage on either team. Follower Krinsky with the most at 19. Other than that, yeah, it's just a high damage game, a lot of strikes. Um, it looks like the K9 uh, on UKS managed 4 of the 5 kills. I did not realize that.
Oh wow, I did not
Yeah,
see that either.
carried.
Nice
He
job.
carried. Madcat 30-50. Well done on the carry.
Yeah, I mean that K9 is a great mech for that situation. It's got JJs, it's got armor quirks, it's got small hitboxes for the most part. All right, so we will be off to River City Theta. I'm not entirely sure if they still think my mic is quiet, but I'll try and take a look at that. RJFE will be Team 1.
Um, just quickly glancing over the chat, and I don't see any more mic issues. At least quiet mic. Someone said there's a little bit of double. I'll see if I can't fix that on my end. All right, next map is River City. This one is one of my favorite maps for comp. It's a lot of, I mean, there's basically one direction the enemy's going to be in. He's going to be across the water from you. The question is he going to be across the water to the north, to the center, or to the south of you? um, Kind of makes it a little bit simpler some of the other maps when it comes to strategizing, like what your enemy team might do. But yeah, it basically comes down to either it's going to be a hold strat in 1 of 3 positions, or it's going to be a push strat in 1 of 3 positions on both teams. So there's not too much to plan for, and it becomes all about skill and angles.
Yeah. So what mechs do you expect? So let's say one of the team wants to go tradey. What do you expect them?
Um, for trading, I've seen people do night gears, UAC night gears. I've seen PPC Vapor Eagles, UAC Vapor Eagles, um, even sometimes laser boats. I'm not sure how well trade will work, especially when the enemy team can be fast enough to get inside and within brawl range before you can do a lot of damage to them. Especially if you take a position like Echo 5. Um, Here, let's switch to the map strat so I can show you. Um, yeah, like Team 2 side, if they go long range, they'll probably go Epsilon, or right here, Echo 5. And then up in these rocks, right up here by the, I think this is like a waterfall or something. There's these rocks that you can get like a night gear with Ultra AC2s up in, and kind of hard to dislodge them without pushing on them. Um, then if on team one side, I mean, the best place for a range to go is either here in the airport, or even something that could jump jet to the very top of the citadel. Both have been kind of successful, but I mean, when it comes to mediums and potentially the heavy, there's not too many choices for long range that they can take to guarantee to be effective on a drop like this. But I do expect Vapor Eagles probably to be on both teams, and maybe even a Vulcan on both teams. Um, because if you, especially if you do a range strat, you want to take Theta and then force the enemy to come to you. If you're doing a brawl strat, you can take Theta and then hide to the south side of the Citadel here. Especially that will protect you from range strats from here or here.
Yeah, I could see like also bringing summoner maybe, but like the issue if you bring like a PPC summoner is you have low DPS if they get close. So I do like the Night Cheer. And I do think like I would be surprised if both teams didn't bring a Vulcan and a Beagle.
Question is, what kind of eagle? Team 1 finally locked, so Team 2 is now on the clock. What kind of Vapor Eagle do you think they'll take?
I mean,
Uh,
I love the 3 ERP Beagle for just
you
about
try
any
hard.
situation.
You damn try
Um,
hard.
I could see like the Brawl Beagle, but the issue with that is it's so much slower. And slow Brawl tends to lose compared to fast Brawl.
I agree.
I think the PPC Beagle can work on this map, but if a team's really concerned about low DPS up close or getting heat capped, they could do like the 2 LB10 one PPC Beagle. That's not. I haven't tried it, but I don't love that build, but I know some teams have had good success with it, so that could be a good compromise.
True. Yeah, I haven't done the 2LB10 one ERP, but I am seeing it. It's that build is spreading like wildfire. I have seen it a lot more quick play than I ever have, like last year, and I think it's partially to do with this comp. With that said,
Yeah, I mean, it was used in Worlds as well. But yeah, it looks like, let's see, RJFE is Bravo, so that means they've got what, 2 in Alpha?
yeah,
Yeah, 2 that will easily get to Starport, but really Bravo can get to Starport as well. They might have a fast light, like, or not a fast light, they can't bring a light, a Vulcan or something as well to
Vulcan's a
rush
light. Let's be
Theta.
honest here. Vulcan's a goddamn light mech. It's 40 tons, but it's a light mech, and it's damn good.
All right, they're both ready, so we won't have to speculate much longer.
Awesome. All right, let's launch it. Uh, I just noticed something. UKS is 20 tons heavier than RJF. That might not seem like a lot, but that's almost 10% more tonnage. Um,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I feel like I may be wrong about this, but my perception is when I've watched either of the RJF teams, they tend to go lighter than a lot of teams do, and some of that is like last drop they brought a Vulcan, so compared to a Beagle or something that's another 15 tons, you're under already just from the one mech. But we'll
yeah.
see.
All right. I'm in, and I'm just looking at the dropship just floating aimlessly over the ocean.
I think you mean peacefully. Just levitating out there, waiting.
At least the time of day is day for both teams. You heard about that controversy over the last.
Oh, no, but that did make me realize I did not set the time of day.
Yeah,
Oops.
at least we got lucky.
Thank you, RNGesus. I knew I could rely on you.
We got for RJF a Vapor Eagle 1, called it, a Phoenix Hawk 2, Assassin 101, Summoner F, and a Vulcan 5T. Looks like they have a little wolf pack going on. What do we have over Smoke Adders?
So we've got a Vulcan 5T with the usual. We have a Veagle 2 with the 2 LB10, 1 ERP build, a Crab 27B, I assume that's Pulse, let's see. Yep, 6 medium pulse. What else do we have? An Uziel 6P, which I assume is also MPLs, and then a Thanatos 5S. And that's Heavy Goss. Interesting.
Oh, the Vulcans are making contact. Dubix gets the first shots on Mad Cat. The Assassin's going with the Vulcan and the Phoenix Hawk. It looks like they're going with a 3-man. RJF is going with the 3-man Wolfpack with 2 Overwatch mechs. That Vapor Eagle and Summoner are both PPCs with small laser backup weapons.
Yep, and it looks like RJFE have decided they won't be able to take that cap, which I think is right. I think it's a smart move to sort of back off, not take unnecessary damage.
Yeah, we got the Assassin heading into Rock Garden. The Vulcan and the Phoenix Hawk are holding back. They're making sure that the Vapor Eagle and Summoner have Overwatch over them. It looks like Rick 88 in the Vapor Eagle 2 on UKS side is starting to take a little bit of damage. And he just shot a wall. I caught that.
Lovely.
Crab
like
Crab
UKS
stood still for too long. He just got ate by multiple PPCs. It looks. I'm not sure why they're just hiding here behind the Citadel. Maybe they're waiting for an opening.
Yeah, they don't want to push out into that Overwatch because that low ground is death there. But it's curious to me that the Fanny is sitting so far back because it's relatively short range. I would think it'd be working towards Rock Garden at this point, maybe. But you do have the light pack to.
I think they're aware that RJF has Overwatch and a firing line, and I think UKS is struggling to figure out how to actually engage this. They can't push straight in. They'll get slaughtered.
Yeah, and I think both teams are being a little cautious right now. They don't want to throw. But it looks like RJFE, yep, they're going to push in onto Rock Garden. Just got to hope that the Fanny doesn't land a couple good hits, because that can really hurt these light and, well, pseudo-lights.
Oh, and he whiffs on the Assassin. That could have been a one-shot kill. Vapor Eagle 2 is taking some serious damage. The Vulcan, Thanatos, and Vapor Eagle are all stuck in this corner together. UKS.
We're gonna see some friendly strike damage here in a second.
Yep, right there. Unfearing just striked the Vapor Eagle. The Vulcan is now trading with the Assassin over on the side, but this Thanatos and Uziel and this Crab are all trying to take on this Vapor Eagle at once. They have to drop him fast if they want still a chance.
Legs on the Fanny. The Fanny is legged. I would not have expected that. And it's almost down. They just need like 1 or 2 good shots to the leg to take him down.
Dubix in the Vulcan is about to down, and there he goes.
Uziel goes down. Just 2 for UKS left. I think RJF have this in the back.
Yeah, this is over. The Crab, Vulcan goes down before the Crab. Crab is getting focused now. Can he pull out one more kill? It doesn't look like it. There's no mechs injured enough.
Definitely not at this point.
And that's GG's.
Wow.
Short match.
Yeah, that escalated very quickly. I was thinking, RJFE could push through Rock Garden and maybe get 2 quick kills there, but they'd open themselves up. But I guess their Overwatch followed quickly enough to help out. Interesting.
let's see the damages here. RJF just they all have higher damages just across the board. I don't think Smoke Hunters knew how to handle RJF's positioning, and then when they got a little too balled up, RJF just found the perfect opportunity in the perfect direction to just push as hard as they could, and it worked out well for them.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a big issue for SA, well, UKS, whatever, that they got split, and they didn't
Yeah,
really have a way to rejoin safely once three of their mechs were behind this.
yeah. All right. Let's look at the post-match stats. I think they're set up right. Yes. Let's see what the team damage was. We saw that airstrike that killed a team. That was unfearing. Yeah, 31 team damage. Not even much team damage. So I would have expected more team damage. Stone Island with 41. Stone Island did more team damage from the RJF side. But yeah, the damage numbers tell the tale of this one. Well done, both teams, but RJF, really well done. Um, Teams are swapping. The next map is Viridian Bog.
Yeah, and Theta on Viridian is a little bit of an awkward position, I think. If I'm remembering correctly, it's low ground.
Yes, it is. It's low ground in a like corner. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, and we saw it in a few exhibition matches before the season started, and I feel like the team one, if they were able to take, I'll mark it on the map.
I'll switch over to the map.
Is it switched now?
Yeah, I'm on the map.
Cool. Yeah, so if Team 1 is able to take that Echo 5 high ground, I think that gives them a strong position. The only real issue is if they can't get lines on Theta and Team 2 gets Theta. Another option for Team 1, I think, is to try and have some range from like further back around there, perhaps. They can get some okay lines into Theta and have some cover from there. The thing that was deadly, I think, for Team 2 was if they would end up kind of stuck here on this like ramp. That's been bad for every team I've watched so far.
Yeah, I was gonna say something similar. Yeah, this whole area, you really don't want to get stuck in like at all. Especially the little ramp that you pointed out. Especially in the other weeks when we've done this map in other drops, other than this four heavies one assault. Uh, I've watched I've watched dozens or not dozens. I've watched at least a few teams in dozens of scrim slash official matches. Like you said, get stuck in this area, especially near that ramp, and then just get picked off and picked clean. Team two, they have a power position actually. They can get like a night gear on this hill or this rock here, which is actually gets pretty decent Overwatch. He can jump down if he gets pressured by a firing line up here in Echo 5. He can also go on this rock if the enemy is for some reason is in the low ground. Um, you can also, if you want to do a brawl strat, you can even do a brawl strat by like uh, dropping a couple like Orions down on Theta and hugging this inner wall. Um, it's a bit harder to get strikes on them, and if anything comes in to take Theta, they can instantly delete it. And if they hug the wall, there's very few mechs with the arm mounts to shoot down on them if they stand right above them.
Yeah, I mean, I think Daka is probably dominant here, but we will see. I think a team could try a brawl strat. My one concern is like, do you have four heavy brawlers that are fast? So like, you could bring summoner, linebacker, maybe a hellfire. What else?
Um, to be honest, I think those are the only. three viables that you can get up to a speed enough. I expect to see a linebacker from both teams, to be honest. Possibly even Hellfire. But if you could take Theta, you can get pretty decent control, like you showed from Team 1 side, either down here or even up here in Echo 5. And Team 2 side, you can just hold this side of Theta. It's not as powerful of a position as Team 1 side, because you don't have as much high ground. But if you play it smartly, and if you could take Theta and then hold the area right by Theta, you can force the enemy fire lines to have to. Um, you can at least force this line to have to come up to you. This line might still keep Overwatch though.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could bring a Niger with that setup that I was talking about earlier, like have an Overwatch mech and then 4 brawl.
Yeah. This I used to hate Viridian until this competition. And now I know Viridian inside and out, and I love the map. All right, let's head back to the lobby, see how the teams are doing. All right. Team 1 should be. They're running out of time, aren't they? Yeah, they're on 1 minute. Yeah, that's about right. Well,
Hello?
throw up the
Hello.
score screen.
What's up?
Sorry to interrupt. Just going to come on stream and do a shout out to Christian Bishop, who donated 5 subs to our viewers while the stream was going on. You guys probably missed it because you were shoutcasting.
Christian
Excellent,
Bishop, thanks
that's
for the
awesome.
subs.
No worries, boys.
Anything to help the community and help the MWO leagues, because
So I
what
will
we do
mention
that.
that any income that MWO Comp makes, we put straight back into the community. We don't like profit at all from it. So that'll go into future prizes or maintaining different things. So thank you very much. Okay, I'll leave you to it, boys. See ya.
All right, later, Kraz.
Kraz with the shout out for the show.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely too busy trying to watch the chat and take the time.
Team 2 looks like they're almost ready. They are ready.
Cool.
Ready to launch?
Yep, and it looks like actually RJFE have more tonnage this time. That might be one of the first times I've seen that.
Not by too much, surprisingly.
No, but still, 10 tons is 10 tons level. Oh my god. If I could talk, that would be great.
Well, while this loads, how's chat doing today? You guys doing good? Enjoying the content? Enjoying my camera movements?
Oh, we have
Hold.
a hold.
We got a hold.
I'll go explore the far reaches of the map. Not that y'all can see what I'm doing.
They got a crush. I think they meant crash. Aw, it's adorable. I'm gonna find out who they have a crush on. Alright. Well, while this hold goes on, I'm gonna try not to look at either team's mechs. Because I have no idea how long this hold's gonna last.
Yeah, it can easily become a redrop in this tourney. Oh, I think I'm going to try and find the... Oh yeah, there's the dropship. There are some kind of neat details on some of these maps. They just happen to usually be in places that you don't fight over very much. Like this crashed leopard, kind of near Kappa.
You guys saw that on my stream, right? The little squid tentacle just came out of the water. I had a friend who saw it for the first time the other day and freaked out. He had no idea what it was.
I don't know that I've seen that.
The tentacle that comes out of the water, it's like a bright orange tentacle. It'll come out of the water and like curl, and then go back in the water.
I don't think I have seen that.
You've not seen it?
To watch a stream. No.
Yeah. Let's see if it happens again while we wait. All right, guys. We're on the hunt in the swamp for a tentacle. Let's see if one pops up. It happens so randomly, and I don't know where they come. If it's the same spots and they like just reappear multiple times, or if it just randomly appears. Ah, there. See? And it has a glitched, apparently a glitched particle thing because it's just a gray box. See, I'm not crazy.
Sure, you're definitely not.
But it popped up in the same spot again, so I'm assuming it's very specific spots of the map that have the tentacles then. The last one I saw was actually behind the Team 1 spawn.
Yeah, I think we have another 45 seconds.
Yeah, then it's an automatic redrop, right?
Yeah.
Alright, just let both teams know that we're going to do the auto redrop here soon. Whatever the tentacle is, I think it belongs to this creature, because it looks similar to these little claws. Yep, we're doing a redrop.
Yep. All too common. Yeah, I'd hate to have a repeat of that redrop where Kong and I had to wait for the timer. That was torture.
Alright, both teams are suiciding. I can't remember which one's blue and which one's red. Yeah, please no repeat of the 6-minute wait.
Enemy forces have Sigma.
Oh no.
Well, somebody took one, so it's good.
Yeah, but there's only one guy left on the one team. Okay, he's suiciding, that's good.
It just can take a while sometimes.
Alright, telling both teams to relock as soon as they hit the lobby.
No, I think they can technically change, Lev.
Capped enough resources.
Really?
We failed.
That's typically been how it's done. Yeah, it's just normal drop procedure.
Oh, okay, so it starts all over with a 5-minute countdown? Okay.
Yeah,
I did not realize
so
that.
because I think the idea behind that, at least in my mind, which I am not a tournament organizer, right? But if you're trying to do something sneaky where you absolutely have to know that they aren't expecting it, you should be able to change.
Fair enough, fair enough. Alright. Well, we can still see Psycho is still DC'd. Well, while I wait, I'm going to check on the chat. I see a lot of people chanting for RJF. And apparently people are comparing the sizes of their monitors.
Oh, I don't need to get involved in that.
It's a monitor measuring contest.
Was Dubix the one to crash?
I guess so. I thought it was Psycho. Psy-Q? I don't know how to say that. I guess it is Duvix.
I'm pretty sure it was somebody from RJFE.
Well, While we wait on that, I am going to pull up the score screen one more time. Before anyone started asking, what's the score at? So far, UKS 13 to RJF 16 points. Very close game so far. Still go either way. Both teams have won one drop. Both teams have lost a drop.
Well, and RJFE got the
Yes,
1v1,
the 1v1.
which carries some points, and the drop they won was a 5-1, if I'm remembering correctly. So that, because you get points for kills, that explains the difference. That and the 1v1.
Yeah, Crash just confirmed that teams can change their drop decks in the chat.
Oh, good. I mean, I looked at the rules, but my printed copy could be out of date.
Yeah, I never realized that. I always just had my team relock after a redrop was needed. We just always took the same mechs. I mean, it's good to know.
Are trying to be sneaky.
Yeah, like, I don't know why I never thought of that before. Team 1 locked? Yes, Team 1 is locked. Team 2 is almost locked. They're all readied up. Let's see if they lock, and then we can launch. Yeah, they're locked. We can go.
Cool. Yeah, there were a few times in comp matches where my team had come up with strategies that relied on surprise to a relatively significant extent. And so if we had to go through a hold or something, we'd have to seriously consider an alternate strat. Yeah. Luckily, that never happened. At least not for one of those drops.
All right, no hold has been called. It looks like we are good to go this time.
Oh yeah, we are going, it seems.
For Smoke Eaters, we have a linebacker, Warhammer, Black Widow, Annihilator 2A, Grasshopper 5J, Night Gear, Jade Kite. It looks like you called that one. It looks like they are going to do a range strat. Probably try to take the cap with the linebacker and then hold back. What we got over on RJF side?
So we've got a Thanatos 5S with 2 UAC-10, a Summoner Prime with 2 UAC-10s, a Nightshare Prime, I assume that's like UAC-2s? Let's see, 3 UAC-5s and 1 UAC-10, a Cataphract 3D with 2 UAC-10, and then an Annie 2A with 2 UAC-5s, 2 UAC-10s, so all in on mid-range DACA.
Linebacker is going for the cap. They put a Grasshopper up on this really massive rock. That's going to be a cheeky spot, especially if someone comes for the cap. Their linebacker he's not just sliver capping. He's going to cap as long as the enemy lets him.
Oh yeah, definitely, especially on this kind of a drop. And they have some sense of where RJFE are because they've seen and engaged that summoner. So they have some overwatch, so he's less likely to get...
Yeah, the Grasshopper
that summoner
and Jade
should
Kite.
not be exposing there.
Yeah,
he's exposing to ER large and UAC-2s or whatever it is. That's
there he goes. He's dropping down. Yeah, that wasn't... Once he started getting hit by 2 mechs, he probably should have dropped off a lot sooner instead of just eating that damage and trying to trade. It looks like they're going way over to Epsilon.
He's so far out of range, Lev. He's so far out of range, he can't do anything. It's free damage for UKS.
Oh, is that the UX summoner? Yeah, it is.
Oh, Kieran is getting engaged by RJFE. Yeah, so far UKS is getting much better damage in. The Nightshare's lost 12% for our...
He dodged that airstrike, though. I'll give him that. This linebacker is hiding behind the rock here. I think he's waiting for the enemy to get closer before he dives.
But RJFE are pushing across this low ground. It looks like they're actually going to get away with it, surprising.
Yeah, UKS, their 2 long range mechs are still They have not repositioned to intercept all these mechs coming at them.
Oh, huge strike on Kieran from UKS. He's down to 69%.
Yeah, I just saw that. He's repositioning. The Annihilator is now being singled out, and Fearing is backing off.
Wait, how did he get up there? Okay, I didn't know about that, or didn't remember that path.
This Thanatos
Nobody
is
expects the high
Thanatos is
ground.
eating a little damage. Black Widow is now getting back in the fight.
It looks like they're just going to try and get this Annie out of the way, but he's going to drop in time.
The Grasshopper and Nightgear are still in the same positions they've been in since the start of this match. I would have thought they would have repositioned to intercept this. RJF is just spreading out.
They have range. They can sit back there. They've got high grounds. They're a little bit protected. They should just stand up there, and they should just take free shots while their other guys take the brunt of it.
Linebacker is 1v1ing the Summoner. Yeah, there goes Unfearing. Linebacker is toying with the Summoner over here. Probably just go in and delete him at this point. RJF's push is completely starting to fall apart. All their mechs are wildly injured. The Nightgear Prime follower Krinsky is about to go down.
I don't think they really can deal with the Grasshopper or the Nightgear. Like, I think that is...
There goes the Black Widow.
Even if they win this fight, they're not going to be able to do much about those two, I don't...
Yeah, I agree. I thought that those two, that RJF was going to push from a direction where those two couldn't help. But since they pushed right out in the open, right down the middle, I think you're absolutely right. Keeping those two mechs right up there was the absolute smartest decision.
Actually, wait. If they can get Stone Island to flip this cap, I don't know about the time, but RJF could just sort of hide from those two. But the Grasshopper sees him, so UKS may be able to contest this flip. And it's going to take a while.
Yeah,
the Nightgear is actually almost down. The Cataphract, it looks like, got some really good hits on it. Nightgear is almost halved.
I'm more curious about this Grasshopper. He's trying to reposition to get shots on, but that's one bad part about being that high up. It's hard to hit the guys that are down in that water below you. He's taking shots at the Nightgear. I wonder if he can at least pick him off, but that looks like the Nightgear is just going to hide and cover. Grasshopper did pop a UAV, but yeah, like you said, this Nightgear is on his deathbed.
Yeah, I just don't know. So, according to the rules, if Smoke Adders have anything left alive, Grasshopper went down. So actually, never mind. I think Smoke Adders are going to lose this because that Nightgear is not going to live through this.
No.
And then RJFE can take and they should have this, no problem.
Yeah. They just got to go get the caps. I thought that push was falling apart, and push did not fall apart. I'll give him that. Well done, Russian. Or RJF. Damn Russians.
And I think you can see from the percentages, like UKS did a lot of damage, but they just didn't take mechs down. So if they had started to kill mechs, that probably would not have gone that way. Or if they had been able to find a way to keep the Grasshopper and Nightgear alive up there, they could have potentially had a cap win.
Yeah. Yeah, they needed another minute to do a cap win. I don't like it was a strong position keeping those mechs up there, but I don't know. I still think that they might have needed more stuff getting shots on RJF back when they were still near Epsilon, because it wasn't until they crossed halfway towards about where the Thanatos currently is. That's about when those the Grasshopper and Jade Kite joined the fight. I don't know if there's anywhere different they could have slightly moved to. Maybe the Jade Kite could have jumped over to this rock right in front of him, and then jumped back to his rock once they pushed closer. I don't know. There's a lot of different maneuvers they could have probably made to counter, but hindsight is 2020, and I didn't expect RJF to push from that way either, so I don't think UKS did either.
Yeah. I see there's some talk about the 5J being a worse Grasshopper. I don't know that much about the J specifically. I know that my go-to is the 5H. I think it's the one with the heat quirk, if I'm correct. And that could have been really useful here. But again, like you said, it's easy to second guess people after the fact.
Yeah, Night Gear, that Thanatos, 803 damage. Wow. Beating out the Annie at 602 for RJF. On UKS side, pretty decent damage all around, but RJF just out damaged him across the board. I mean, you got the Black Widow did 515, and you got the Night Gear Jade Kite did 614, but everyone else is a little bit on the lower side of damage. Still, that was actually pretty interesting to watch that push. That was probably one of the more interesting bog matches of the season, that's for sure.
Oh, so this is interesting. Blazer's saying that we seem U.S. biased. Okay. I would not have thought that. I don't think that I have been pulling for UKS in particular. But everybody can have their opinion.
RJF, did they get one kill? I mean,
UKS got no. I thought they had that set up reasonably well, but again, RJF just managed that push. They cycled armor well. They did a really good job.
All right. Well, while you handle the lobby, I'm going to switch this over to post-match stats. As everyone can see here, this was a 5-0. Night Gear, 26% HP. Well done, Karinsky, on the damage you took. It's not easy to survive in the 20-something percent, especially with the Clan XL mech. With that said, it doesn't look like there was really any team damage. But yeah, it was an interesting strat, and I think that threw UKS off. I don't think that they knew how to handle it. Personally, I'm not sure if I would have known how to handle it. I would have just counter pushed.
Oh, you don't do that if you bring that Grasshopper and that Night Gear, though. You leave them up in Overwatch to let them do work. I think the key for UKS there was to try and make it last as long as possible, which they did to an extent. And then for RJFE, the key was to get as close as possible without taking damage, and they actually did that really well. I wouldn't have expected pushing around that, I think it's the north side of the central spire. Yeah, like through Delta 5, Echo 5.
I lost my map. There it is.
Oh no.
Echo 5, Delta 5? Yeah. Okay, I see what spire you're talking about. It took me a second. Yeah.
Because let's see, which side were they? They were team... no, they were team 2, right?
RJF was team 2, UKS was
Yeah.
team 1.
That was like roughly the direction of their push, which I wouldn't have expected, and love seeing things that I don't expect and seeing it work out for teams.
Yeah. Blue basically, let's see, they held one mech here. Yeah, let's get a better thing to draw with. They held one mech here, one mech here, and then...
No, I think the Grasshopper, I want to say, was like here.
No, Grasshopper is definitely G5. The Jade Kite was the one that was over to the left. But yeah, Grasshopper
right.
was definitely G5 because that's a hard piece of cover to jump jet up to without a lot of jump jets. And he made it in his first jump, so he definitely went max JJ. I'm not sure how many that mech can carry.
Yeah. Shall we look at Frozen?
Yes. Oh. Is Frozen set to the wrong map? I think it is. There we go. Thank you. Thanks for the fix.
Yep.
Now, this map is my personal bane. I don't like getting stuck in the long range trades because I think once you start losing the trade war, if you do long range versus long range, it is very hard to come back from that. You have to win your trades from the beginning and pretty much to the end, unless you get like a lucky flank or something. I expect Team 1 to probably hold this area with like long range mechs, maybe a couple out here. And then Team 2, um, if they go long range, we might see something like here or here. They might send something over to Fox 7 side. I'm not 100% certain. I've seen this map played a different way every time I've dropped on it. Theta is the cap, so both teams might have a light. Team 1, they have an easier chance to get a light to take Theta before something can contest it. But with that said, Team 2, if they take a super fast light like a fleet, it can actually beat a Wolfhound from Bravo Lance. If a fleet started in like Charlie Lance. So this is either going to become a trade war with blue flashlights and ER peeps from beginning to end, or we're going to watch one of these teams do something crazy and risky and try to do like a push strat. And if they did do a push strat, they would Team 1 would either have to go to Echo 4 and then down, or go to 7 line and down. Team 2 would have to go to 7 line and up, or go the 4 line and up. That's other than that, I'm not really sure how else you can play this map, to be completely honest. Thoughts?
I mean, we have seen teams do a push, right? So if a team wants to push from Team 1, that probably means trying to get across Echo 5 as quickly as possible. The issue is, like you said, this is the 4 assault drop, and so you're either trying to find 4 fast assaults, which, yeah, that's like you're talking about a Gargoyle, a Victor, I don't know, like sort of an Executioner. I don't know. Like it's hard to figure out what that is. Maybe a Charger in there. Um, or you're like doing a really slow push that they can move away from with like an Annie and some of that bigger stuff. So I would not expect that, but you could try it through Delta 5 Echo 5, or maybe from Team 2 you go from Charlie Lance up. The issue with that is that if they see you in Charlie with 4 mechs, they pretty much know you're not going to be trading, because why would you do that if you're going to trade, right? Um, So yeah, I would expect maybe Battlemaster 1G, Stalker 5S, Annie 1P. I would expect trading to be kind of the safe way to go here.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, Team 2 is locked.
They finally locked. Awesome. Then let's get this show on the road. Yeah, not a huge fan of this map. That's because like I said, I'm not a huge fan of long range trading. I'll do it in a pinch, like in faction play. But some of these guys just outclass me in every way, shape, or form with long range. So if you can do it and you can do it well, absolutely hats off to you. It is not easy to do, especially like keeping your trades positive. That's my biggest issue. If I can long range 1v1 a mech, I can do pretty decent, but sometimes I don't pick the best positions and I get like 2 or 3 v1, and that's when things go really bad for me.
Yeah, it really takes practice, and I think figuring out good spots for all of your traders can be a big challenge for teams that haven't played on a map together as.
Yeah. So for RJF, we have a Wolfhound 2, Battlemaster 1G, Bloodass RA, Corsair 7A, and the Stalker 5S. What do we have over on the other team?
Sorry, which side did you do? Sorry,
I did RJF. I did RJF.
Okay, Smoke Adders, Madcat 2C or Marauder 2C8, a Direwolf Prime. I assume that's AC2. Yes, an Annie 2A. They're doing the Charlie Lance movement with 3 mechs that we talked about. The Annie is weird. It's 3 AC2s, 3 LB2s, and an ER peep. I don't think I've ever seen that.
I called
Blood Asp with 5 ER large.
I called the flea being able to take cap faster than a wolfhound. That just happened.
It did also take 11% damage though, and
that's
now,
true.
I mean that's key though. The wolfhound might be able to flip it, but if UKS keep an eye on the cap, they can deny.
They both brought ER large laser blood asps. That actually surprised me. I didn't think that was going to happen. That Corsair 7A is 4 AMS, 4 ER large lasers. I believe they thought that the enemy team might actually learn them. Not exactly sure how effective lerms are on this map, since most of the engagements are well over 1,200 meters, well past lerm range. Flea is down to 77% HP, and he's just running his little legs off, trying to get away from this Wolfhound and kite the Wolfhound back to his team. Wolfhound is not going to take the bait, and he is returning back to his team. He's going to take a couple scratches, the enemy team is just letting him know that he's being watched. Stalker is moving
he
forward.
didn't stop by that ship, though. He's just running in the open. They know he's there. He's going to try and flip the cap, but they got a strike on it. Dubix doesn't see it.
And they flip the cap.
He got so lucky, though. He could have ate that airstrike.
Yeah. RJF taking the D5 corner with 3 trading mechs. They're a little balled up for my taste, but... Oh, the Battlemaster is about to get airstriked.
Yeah, I kind of prefer UKS's setup here because they have a little bit more breadth. They can kind of prevent, they can minimize the amount of cover that RJF had. Also, I have no idea why the Stalker is all the way down in the valley. That seems like a bad place to be with a slow assault.
It absolutely is. I think they're going... I'm not sure what RJF's doing, or if maybe they're trying to take the other side, the enemy side of the map, because they see the traders on their side of the map. I'm not 100% certain, but they have the Blood-Ass RA is now also in the low ground, a ways behind the Stalker, but interesting positioning. Stone Island dodged a third strike, airstrike this match.
Dubix is about to get jumped by this Marauder 2C in the upper city and the fleet. This could be really bad. If they lose their light, that is a huge loss for them.
Oh yeah, with this 4 assault match, you can't lose your light early.
Yeah, and that Marauder 2C is just the kind of trading mech that you want to put up against the light.
Wolfhound has one side torso wide open. If this fleet can double tap it, that might be the end of this Wolfhound. I'm assuming it's an XL Wolfhound, and most they all are.
Of course, the thing is, if the Wolfhound can get one good shot, it can one-shot the fleet, probably.
That's true, too. Looks like the Marauder 2-8 is coming in. Wait.
Doesn't seem to have landed a shot yet, though. But one shot can wreck that Wolfhound.
Confirmed they brought the 1v1 mech into this match. And there goes the Wolfhound. Yeeted by the 1v1 mech. That Stalker is so much damage in the low ground. He's almost dead.
Yeah, this is looking really bad for RJFE because that Stalker could die pretty quickly, and then they're down a light and an assault, and they've lost their they've lost any semblance of width. You know, the Marauder 2C can come in from the side. Their only hope, I think, at that point is the cap, but just a matter of time, I would think, until UKS can click.
I will give them this. The Annihilator 2A and the Direwolf Prime on UKS side. The Annihilator is Cord CT. Direwolf Prime is Cherry Red CT from the in armor, though. They're both just a few alphas away from death. RGF still has a small chance that they can drop both those mechs without taking much more damage. This becomes a lot more manageable. But as of now, there's nothing they can do about that flea. That flea is just going to... He's already starting on the partial cap, and now he gets to play around with his food. He can do whatever he wants. He can go on a wide flank for backstabs.
I don't know about that level. I would say the flea needs to stay alive because it's already pretty shot up. It's not the most durable mech. It's got to stay alive and be insurance. So if the cap does get flipped by that Stalker or something strange happens, it can go cap or retake. But it looks like RJFE are just kind of backing off. I think they have to be more aggressive here because they've lost the cap at this point. They're going to go behind on caps. Yeah, I think they're just not quite sure what to do at this point.
Yeah, they don't have the health. They can't trade much longer, and they do not have the health to do a push. This Blood-Ass is actually quite fresh. I'm not sure how he's fresh and everyone else is almost dead, but he's pushing... He's pushing the Marauder 2C8. Maybe they're going to try to just go for points at this point.
I don't like that pushing with an ER large boat against ER Pete. I don't know about that. But I don't know what other choice you have, really. Got to get some kills here.
Here comes the Flea. Flea diving on the Stalker. Can he get the kill?
I mean, as he should. The Stalker's got the arm mount, so that's the first one that's got to die.
Flea took a scratch from the Bloodass. Marauder 2 is going in for the fight. Finishes off the Stalker.
Down. The Flea can easily kill that Blood Asp at this point.
Yeah, and Fearing just has to just tank while the Flea gets in that butt.
Good thing that's what that Marauder 2C is made for. What is the... Never mind, I thought I saw a mech.
Corsair is Cord CT. He's bright orange CT. He's a good... He's a single, like, good alpha away from death.
It looks like they're going to let Follower of Kerensky with the Blood Asp get away.
They really did, didn't they?
Yeah. I mean, at this point, with where the Blood Asp is, it's got support potentially, so the Fleet can't dive on him.
Yeah, Smoke Eyes just has to keep their mechs alive for the next couple minutes and to deny RJF any more points. And then, because I don't think they're going to win this one. I mean, I don't think RGF has a chance to win this one because Smoke Riders has cap and map control at this point. Yeah, I think the best thing RJF can do, the best thing Smoke Riders could do is just deny RJF from getting any more kills, and just run the clock out.
By the way, it seems like the stream is zoomed in or something. So the overlay, like the teams are kind of blocked by the overlay.
Oh, I forgot to switch the overlay.
Yep.
There we go, guys. Sorry. Flea's diving on the Mad Cat, or diving on the Blood Ass again.
Oh, TKO is charging with this cherry red CT Direwolf. I kind of want to see RJF punish him for that. I don't think... but it's a bold move to charge across the open like that. I guess at this point in the match, when you know it's won, you don't care as much about giving them some point.
That Flea just big dicked 2 assault mechs in the last 3 minutes. That's great. GG's, both teams. UKS, well fought.
Boys, make sure you turn off the overlay. We can't see the scores and stuff.
It's fixed now. Appreciate it. Let's check out the damage. I'm really curious. Marauder, the 1v1 Marauder 2C, 731 damage.
Oh wow.
Yeah, carried hard. Annihilator did not do much damage, only 254. Flea only did 243 damage, but I mean for Flea that's not bad. That's all backstab damage.
No, and the main thing was it took the cap, it didn't die the Wolfhound, and it brought the Wolfhound in so that the Flea and the Marauder 2C could kill the Wolfhound. So that was a great job by the Flea. It's not all about damage.
Yeah. All right. Let's look at the post-match stats.
So it looks like, curious about the score, RJFE won the 1v1, and UKS has won 2, and RJFE has won 2, so I think it's going to come down to the final.
Yeah, 1 second, I'll get ready to pull up the score screen now. Looks like not much team damage, everything's pretty straightforward. We got Unfearing with 2 kills, GG's. Alright. Let's take out the score real quick. We are looking at 24-28. This is close. This next match will decide who wins. This last drop wins this scrim. I mean this match. This has been a really good fight, super close. And this has been an absolutely professional stream by yours truly.
Absolutely.
While we wait on both teams, let's go to the map strat real quick for Frozen. Just do a review of basically how both teams positioned. And then we'll do a preview of Canyon of what we think will happen. All right. I'm on the map strat now. Team 1, I think they started Charlie with their assaults. They basically went here, and then that's basically it. And then their light mech went for Theta, and then got himself stuck up here, and then eventually died. And then they had that Blood Ass, which was with the rest of the assaults, but he ended up coming up here and then fighting also, and then retreating.
Yes, and you
back to
forget
here.
the stalker that came up
Yeah,
there.
and the stalker that went to, I can't say Zimbabwe because he actually went too close to the fight, not too far away.
Yeah, so
Whatever
that
the
was
opposite is.
rough.
Yeah.
And then I don't remember the exact movements, but like obviously the flea, I don't know, I think it was from Charlie. That's not that important. Went straight to Theta, grabbed to that, and then skedaddled up here somewhere. I don't know exactly. The Marauder, I forget if it was in Bravo or Alpha, but basically pushed up this side. Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically what happened. And then, people traded most of the match. I think RJF just got out traded from the beginning. I think the Stalker being out of position, I'm not sure how much in the fight it was. I know the Blood Ass going off with the light mech to 2v2 the Team 2's light mech and one of their assaults. I don't think that was the best choice. They could have probably kited that Marauder and that flea closer to their team or something. I'm not exactly sure. Both teams are quite professional, and they probably would have stalled through something like that and not taken the bait. Either way, it was still a pretty good match. Now, while the other teams are still readying up, let's take a look at Canyon. Canyon's going to be pretty straightforward.
I have one more thing I want to say about that one. I think one of the big differences between the teams was UKS had more angles on RJFE. RJFE had like all of their traders kind of in one spot. And so they didn't have enough like spread because UKS just had to look in one direction. RJF had to look basically all over the map.
That's true. That's a very good point. That should absolutely be brought up because it's key. They had that concave firing line roughly in this whole area with their long range mechs. And then RJF basically didn't have a firing line. They had a ball of mechs here, a random mech here, and then that random Blood Ass that mainly was in the low ground here. But yeah, so in one way, there was. UKS got themselves into a position where they can, at least one mech can have angles at almost all times against where RJF positioned. RJF, they put all their mechs in one spot, and they were kind of strike bait for a while until the enemy ran out of strikes to drop on them.
Yeah. All right, so Canyon.
Yeah.
Before we run out of time.
Team 1 is almost locked. We're just waiting for them to actually type in locked, and then Team 2's on the timer. But
yeah, so they have 2 on Alpha, 3 on... Yeah, so Charlie, they have a few good positions they can use, like up here. If they're really interested, maybe they can eventually get down to that side. Alpha, they might try and get somebody up here and in one of these other positions to kind of overwatch this. Alpha could also be spot for their light. I assume, this is one of each class plus a duplicate of a class, so I would assume they're going to bring 2 assaults and only 1 light. So I assume the light is going to try and get Theta.
Yeah. If they're putting 2 in Alpha, they might have a wolf pack, like a light mech and a Vulcan. So they could be sticking together. And like you said, they could be going on down the canyon. They could be going up high if they're more range. or they could be going for Theta. I expect Charlie to be the 2 assaults in heavy, easy peasy on both teams. It's just
Oh god,
Epsilon
they're
side
locked.
destroyed. Team 1's locked. Is Team 2 locked? Wow. Team 2
Team
is
2 is
locked too. Instant. All right, guys. Let's launch it.
Yeah, RJFE, they have 1 in alpha and 2 in each of the others, so that's a little bit of a spread. I think Bravo is usually where you would stick a light to try and get to the... So we'll...
And people are giving me shit about my inbox having so many messages.
I mean, 500 plus is a lot.
That's true. I haven't cleaned my inbox out in like a few months. I've been lazy. Actually, I've been casting for you guys. That's what it is. I'm going to blame it on casting.
What do you mean, you guys? I'm just a potato co-caster here. I don't even take stream responsibility.
Well, at least this is going a lot better than my last cast where I was muted 3/4 of the time.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, you should see it. It's absolutely great. I just randomly like go silent, and then you see my mouse frankly
let's
moving.
focus on the mechs. So I'll do RJFE.
Yeah, go.
We have an Annie 2A with 5 UAC 5s. Wow. Sleipnir with 4 UAC 5s. Let's see. A Veagle 2 with 2 UAC 10s. So I imagine the summoner is. Yep, also 2 UAC 10s. So a lot of kind of mid-range DACA going.
Oh, that Wolfhound is already eating some damage. But
yeah, and I assume that's MPLs.
Smoke
Probably.
Rider, UKS, they brought all the DACA. Night Gear, Mauler, and Annihilator are all AC2s or UAC 2s. K9 is now on the point. Looks like Wolfhound went to peek him, but didn't peek far enough. The K9 has a Vapor Eagle 2 on Overwatch, who is just starting to trade with that summoner off to the side.
I gotta say, oh, and there's a peep on the MX-90 as well. I gotta say, I don't love the position for the MX-90 because there isn't actually a ton of cover there. But I think they're just trying to sit back since they have the AC2s. Oh, the Annie is kind of wailed on now.
Yeah, the Al Cooper and Karinsky and Cyclops and Annihilator both dived on this Annihilator 2A over here in the corner. The Annihilator is now looks like he is retreating to get into cover. The Mauler and the Night Gear are pushing.
They're gonna get dived on right now by like all of UKS because their friends are all on the other side of the map.
Yeah, this is about to be a 4v2. It looks like RJF has realized the issue. Their mechs are now pushing in. The Wolfhound is still trading on Theta, but...
Oh, the Night Gear is almost done. God,
yeah, Night Gear's ate a lot. Annihilator has a strike on him. The strike misses, but looks like clips the Cyclops. They are just backing up hard. Full S key as they unload in these guys that are coming across this corner. Night Gear's about the peak again. Are they going to finish him off?
Yeah, these two RJFE guys on
there he
Theta,
goes.
they need to move up. They need to make sure they have lines this whole time, or they're going to lose 2 mechs for free.
Yeah, K9's down on the low ground. He's pretty injured, but he's underneath the guns of the 2A and the Sleipnir right this second. The Mauler is now pushing forward out in the open on his own. Vapor Eagle is now joining him, but this Mauler is going to go down.
In a second.
And there goes the Mauler.
RJFE, I think they should be able to take this with how much damage they've done to UK.
Wolfhound is diving on the Annihilator 2A. Both of them are in the 50% range. Let's see which one wins that fight. Vapor Eagle 2 is diving on the Sleipnir, but the Vapor Eagle 2 on RJF's side is now in his butt. It looks like that Vapor Eagle 2 is about to go down, and there he goes. Not sure where the K9 went. K9 is all the way back over here trying to help the Annihilator 2A. Looks like they did with killing the Wolfhound. 2A is about dead. This is absolutely RJF's game.
Yeah, I think the K9 needs to see if it can get the Annie and the Sleipnir down. That's the key right now. Try and scrape some more points because they are trying to contend for the... But
yeah.
This summoner is going to catch him. Yep, he won't get those kills.
Dang. It would have been nice.
That was interesting. I did not expect that to go so well for RJFE, given how isolated their assaults.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. When I saw those 2 assaults alone and the 4 mechs diving on them, I thought for sure they were done for. I can't tell, but it looks like UKS might have stumbled a little bit in that push and slowed down right before they went around the corner. They might have done better if they full W keyed it. It took those 2 mechs out before the rest of the team could come in to assist. Because once those other 3 mechs got into the fight and assisted, that's when the fight just went absolutely in RJF's favor. Looking at the damages right now, RJF's Annihilator 577 damage. Everyone else is in 300s, 200s, but on Smokeadder's or UKS side, I mean, they got a couple mechs that did pretty decent. The K9 446 damage and the Annihilator 2A 472. Night Gear Prime unfortunately died really fast. As soon as he exposed, he just got deleted by those 2 mechs. Only 124 damage.
Do you want to bring people in for interviews?
Yes.
Okay.
I just gotta let them know. You want to message them in the in-game chat, and I'll message them in the
I will.
ticket.
Yeah, so I think another piece was the Annie and the Sleipnir, I think, did a really good job focusing the Nightgear, because it went from fairly fresh to, I think it must have been CT open or something in an instant. So I think they fought well. They knew, they were going to get pushed, they were going to die, and they really just made them pay for it, and somehow ended up even surviving. Yeah, and I don't know, that must mean that RJF wins the match. I don't know how far that pushes.
Looking at the score screen, final score is RJF 33 to UKS 26. Wait, no, that should be different. 1 second. I think it should be different. I'm double checking. Let's refresh it, make sure it's correct. I believe it's correct.
So what's the score? Or our guess of the score?
It looks like, 38 to 26 RJF wins. That would give them, that definitely put them in first place.
Okay.
Or sorry, RJF.
Well,
no,
for
not
the
first
moment,
place.
maybe.
It'll put them in. Actually, I think they're still last place. They're above Division C Cucumbers now, but they're still below Kel's Danger Close Mercenary outfit, unfortunately.
Okay.
Um,
I'm gonna pull Unfearing it.
yeah. Who's
Hello.
the team lead for the other team?
Dubix, I messaged
Okay.
or pinged or whatever.
All right. Let's see if he shows up.
Hey, Unfearing.
GG's. That was a good fight. So I gotta know on that last drop. Walk us through like what the idea was when you guys first saw that those 2 assaults were off on their own, but punishing your Annihilator there in the background.
Well, we saw there was these 2 assaults. That was cool. And then we saw they were moving with like everything else. I'm like, alright, we'll just move. And then and turns out our Annihilator got fucked on. So I guess they got a lot of damage in on him. I thought the Cyclops was UX5, so I was assuming the Annihilator would be UX as well, but maybe it was H2. And then
It was 5 UX5s.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow! I didn't realize it was 5 UX5s. That sounds super painful.
Yeah, that does hurt.
I'm not 100% certain off the top of my head where this puts you in Division B. I'm about to look. That puts you. I think you still scored enough points to go into first for now. But 228 and the other teams still have to play too, so we'll see where you land. I think you'll either be third or fourth,
The aardvarks.
or technically second or third. Yeah, if you remove Aardvarks from the standings, yeah, you're gonna finish off at second or third. I was really hoping you guys would win and dunk on RJFE, but I mean it was still a relatively close fight. I think only in one match, you guys got like stomped. I think that was a drop 4, which was Bog.
Viridian, but
Yeah.
Lev, they have another week to play.
Oh, that's right. They still.
Div B is 7 weeks, so they
Oh.
have one more.
I forgot about that. Yeah, Div B is still 7 weeks with Div C. Everyone else is 6 weeks. Who do you guys play last week, or for the last week?
Supposedly Sky Rangers. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, Div C team.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, you still have a chance to pull out. If Sky Rangers, I think they're at the bottom of our Div C right now. They've had a bit of a struggle this season. I don't think Dubix is coming, so I'm fearing you're going to answer all the questions. Now, you guys had the hold strat on Viridian, right? Where you guys had the 2 mechs in Overwatch. Did you guys have any idea that RGF would do a push from the direction they did? Because that stumped at least me, and I think Brar too. Like that was a completely unexpected move for them to go all the way around the map and then attack you guys at near your spawn.
No, it was pretty obvious. Like, either you're going to try to go for the cap and then hold and make us come to you, which is kind of hard from that side, at least in our testing, or they're going to move up to the ridge, at least at D5 Hill where the Nitro was, which was a pretty good spot. And the spot that I was in was to counter that Nitro, but the main weakness of the strat that we had is that spot exactly where they did push. The intent of ours was to have our guys spread, get all the damage in, make sure they had to cross a lot of terrain. I mean, they did do that, it's just guys died faster than I would have liked. So it wasn't surprising. Plus, after the hold and redrop, it just confirmed what we were thinking was a possible move.
On
How about on River City? What was your plan there? Because if I'm remembering correctly, you put a Veagle and a Thanatos in the city, or like kind of near Rock Garden, and then you had, I think, 3 MPL mechs kind of behind the Citadel. Was there a different position that the Fanny and Veagle were heading toward, or where you wanted to set up the MPL mechs? It seemed like you kind of got stuck in kind of a split position.
I mean, we had the position that we went to, and then we saw that there was a call that the Vapor Eagle was moving up, so we were going to group up and then try to collapse on them in the swamp rock area. Even though like those medium pulse things look like they're not in the right position, that was actually where we wanted them. Just kind of out in the water, because crabs go in the water. Right, so we had that stuff out there, and I guess the Uzia looks like a buoy or something. Thanatos was supposed to kind of chill there where it was, with Vapor Eagle supporting from high ground. If they did take stuff on Starport, the intent was, if it's just like one guy, maybe you can crush the others if they're close, or if that guy's kind of far out, you can go crush him. They just had the 2 guys, and then I think they accidentally capped, or maybe they were just BMing with an intentional cap on that and then just coming at us. It does look like an awkward spot, but we were planning to have the Fanny and Beagle in that area, probably a little bit more spread.
Okay, all right.
I did have one last question on Frozen. That was actually pretty masterful, the way you guys played that. The way you guys formed that massive concave fire line across almost 1,500 meters from one side of the map to the other. You guys pinned down RJF, and RJF just couldn't do anything. When was diving on the Wolfhound with the 1v1 mech and the flea, was that intentional, or was that like a last second thing?
No, that was just he just happened to be there, and I got like a lucky shot in or two on his side, so it was open. He should have left, but he didn't. So me and Mad Cat just wanted to execute that, or him. So we played enough together to be able to do that. So once we got the wolf down, we knew we could just like lean on camps, and then we could just go for kills if we had to.
Fair enough. I think you guys played quite expertly today, to be honest. You guys might have lost in the end, but still, some of the strats you guys ran were absolutely top tier. Wanted to applaud you guys for that, and good luck on your game next week. Bro, you got any more questions?
I don't think so. No, I think they were good matches. I always like to cast a close match. Looks like Dubix is going to join us. I'm going to pull Dubix.
All right.
Hey, Dubix, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
So one of the things I wanted to ask you about was on mining. It seemed like you all went all in on like MPL mechs and took the cap, but you didn't really push and didn't really like fall back to negate trade. So I was just curious if that was your intent or kind of what was going on.
It was pretty default. I mean, we have a cap point. We just need to stay. Because mining a small mob, you know?
True.
That's it.
Okay.
Good simple answer. Yeah, we were just curious because we'd never see. It seemed odd to us from the spectator point of view. So we were just curious about why you guys did that. But I mean, mining was still quite interesting. I mean, it became a fight between Echo 4 to Theta, and then it was just a battleground until both teams ended up pushing each other from the opposite ends, and it became a NASCAR. It's still entertaining. I did have one more question for you, Dubix. Other than accidentally saying your name wrong all the time. On which map was that? Not Frozen. What was the second map? That was Bog, right?
River City was
River City.
the second.
Yeah, River City. You guys ended up winning on River City. Like when you guys went into that map, what was the original strat? Did you guys have a push strat originally planned, or were you guys going to hold and then last second decided to push when you saw the enemy team was a little split?
So, holding. This is 2 pop chart machine on airports area and 3 max on data previously after this push.
Yeah, that drop. Yeah.
We're gonna push the second map because we did mistake. We kept gamma.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, did you? I didn't see that.
I didn't.
Yes.
Oh God.
They did what they had to.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that is lucky then, because that can easily turn into a loss there just with one mech running away.
Yeah.
That's why we're gonna push.
Fair enough. On Frozen, you guys were all kind of balled up. Was that intentionally like your guys' main trade spot, or did Smoke Riders just kind of like push you guys into that corner with their mechs being as strung out as they were? As you guys, most of your mechs were in D5 almost the whole match. I mean, you had the Stalker that moved up to Echo 5, and then you eventually had that Blood Apps that went to Echo 4 to help the Wolfhound. But for the most part, your guys' traders just stayed in Delta 5.
Yeah, so we start team 2, right?
Frozen.
Yeah, north side, Frozen.
So
You were team 1 on Frozen.
Oh yeah, team 1, right. So Small Riders have 3 max and Chara, right? So it's possibly can a push, back a push. So that's why Delta 4 is safe quad.
Okay, that makes sense. You were worried that SA were going to move up through the city with their AC2s.
Oh, and they were
Yeah.
prepared, and you guys were prepared to evacuate to like Delta 4 and Echo 4 if they pushed. Gotcha.
Yep.
Um,
And yeah, I was fucked up by flaring.
just a little bit. Just a little bit.
You gave your chance. You were only yellow open. You could have pulled back more at least.
Oh, yeah, it's hard when you lose a light on that drop. It's really difficult, and even just getting heavy damage on a light, it's really tough with how slow the rest of the team. But I think that's all the questions I have, unless you have more, Lev, or either of the team leaders want to say anything.
No, I don't have any more questions. I wish you guys the best of luck for your last week next week. This was a great match. It was fun to cast. It was really fun to watch. I saw some interesting stuff happen. And I think our viewers enjoyed it too. So thank you both for coming, and thank you guys for coming for the interviews. We absolutely appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks for casting.
It's no problem.
All right, good luck next week.
Look,
All right. I think we're pretty much done here, Brower. You got anything else to add before I say farewell to everyone?
Let's see. I know that there are more matches coming up. So wait, that's for last. We don't have an announcement with all of them from the looks of it, but I would say, just keep an eye on this channel and MWO Leagues 2 to see when the other matches go live, or you can. I'm sure they're going to be announced in the Discord at some point, but
Yeah.
there are a lot more matches in this week, so a lot more to go, and a lot of them will be deciding the course of the division.
Yeah, there's at least a few more matches being cast today, and there's a few being cast tomorrow. So yeah, like Brower said, I would follow, turn your notifications on. You'll get an email as soon as we go live. And also just check the Discords because we'll spam it in a few of them when we go live. But yeah, we got a few good matches coming today, and we got a couple super ones tomorrow that you absolutely do not want to miss.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, and hope everybody's having a good day.
Yeah, I'm Level. This is Brower. We're your casting team for today, and thank you everyone for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time.